Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, it's Henry. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 38-yard line.
Jackson from the shotgun. Now he'll tuck this, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
And it's 3rd down.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. Throwing is Hurts. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of 35.
A very nice job right there, working the middle of the field, able to create some separation, and then utilize it to not just make the catch, but turn upfield once he got the ball in his hands.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5.
Great.
They'll try and run forward Barkley. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Great. Set. With it. Hey. 63. Tiger Hornet.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
Great. Set.
On the sneak, it's Hurts. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1.
Great. Set. With it.
They'll run forward with Barkley. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Saquon Barkley taking it in from a yard out. And the Eagles take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-0.
Makes the score Eagles 7, Ravens nothing.
touchdown. Here's Elliott on to kick it away.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 7-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 15-yard line.
Now Jackson. Now he's going to step up and run. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
You at X. Go ahead. Yeah.
Throwing is Jackson. He'll try to pick it up himself. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
It's a gain of 6. 1st down, Baltimore.
What? You. Hey, report.
They're going to look to throw. Jackson going to keep it. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jalen Carter. Excellent job on that play. A big loss. 18 yards. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. From the gun, Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
Pickup of 13 on the play. It's 3rd down and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Well, they've moved the ball okay here in these first 2 drives, but this one's going to, again, amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
Go. You change it. Middle.
4th down, here's Jackson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Loose inside the 30. Inside the 10. They're all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Zay Flowers, 83 yards. And the Ravens' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Here's Hurts to throw. And that'll be incomplete.
Well, there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
Don't touch that. Anyway, easy, 6, 9, try left, Yanni.
Hurts. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Trimmer. Do all now. Go silver, ready? Hey, 73. Try left, Yanni. 63.
Hurts sets up to throw it. That one downfield for Dotson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
Partner, we've got ourselves a ball game, and those guys on defense, they came to play. Slipped up on their first series, but they're definitely settling in now and letting it be known that points won't come so easy again.
They're going on fourth down with Hurts. He's going to go up top again. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. So now, just like that, things change dramatically. It's first and goal.
Hey, middle. Report.
Now it's Jackson. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Now this defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number one.
It should be number one, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep it back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone. Start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And his throw here is incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Hey, 73. Go silver, ready? 63, 69.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Hurts. He'll get this out to Barkley complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
16 yards. That's good. For the Eagles, first down. First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. This will be caught by Brown. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a second and short.
Go touch it. 180, 180. Hey, Silver. Yeti. Tiger Hornet. Hey, easy. 63, back.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Draymond Jones. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long. They'll drop the throw. Pass to the sideline, pulled in. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Great. Set. 180, 180. Carl up, Yeti. Out. Hey, Silver. Yeti. Tiger Hornet. Keep on moving. Stop scoring. I feel it. Hey, easy. 63, back. No touch.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He rifles one that's going to be intercepted. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. After the interception, here's Jackson. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on 1st down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
No, we changed it. Yeah. 13.
Here's Jackson. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson hooking up with Mark Andrews. And the Ravens will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Eagles 7.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 10-yard line.
I should probably sign a head, boy, because I got all the heads, boy.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores. 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
Penalty accepted, and that pushes him back 5.
Great, set. On anyone, huh? Oh, it's Silver, right? Crown left Yeti. Crown left Yeti. 63.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. This is Smith with a grab. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Great, set. Hey, let's go. Trimmer. Bang! Tiger Hornet, 73. Delta.
Back to throw now on first down.
That one downfield for Dotson.
And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call, but they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
Great, set. Trimmer. Yeti. Hey, easy, 63, back. Out. Hey, Silver. Hey, 70, back.
And they just did not get the snap away in time.
That flag, that'll push him back 5.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15.
No touch. Crown left Yeti. Hey, what up? Go Silver, ready? Hey! Crown left Yeti. Crown left Yeti. No touch.
Now back to throw.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
No touch that. 63. On anyone, huh? Bang! Tiger Hornet, 73. No touch.
They'll look to throw again.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout
6 yards.
as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Crown left, no touch that. On anyone, huh? Crown left Yeti. Bang! Yeti. Hey, easy, 63, bang! No touch.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Yeah, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Hey, Silver. Hey, 73. Hey, crown left Yeti. Go Silver, ready? Crowd left, Yeti. No touch.
Throwing is Hurts. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
At their own 27-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
63.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
2nd and 10 now. Third quarter action from Philadelphia, PA.
Great, set. 180, 180. Yeti. Hey, easy, 63, bad. Crowd up, yeah. Hey, Silver. No touch.
Back to throw.
Got this complete to Jahan Dotson.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
No touch that. Hey, let's go. Trimmer. Hey, 73, bad. Crowd up, Yeti. No touch.
He'll look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
A truly all-around great effort against the pass today. First an interception, now getting to the quarterback for the first time in this contest. I think offensively, they just forgot to prepare for him or simply overlooked him in getting ready for this one. Either way, a big mistake, and he's making them pay for it.
No touch that. 180, 180. Hey. Crowd up, Yeti. Go Silver, ready? Crowd up, Yeti. No
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Throwing for Smith, and I think the ball's out. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture.
63.
third and short. They'll try and pick it up through the air. Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. That is the big fella, Nnamdi Madubuike, forcing his way in. He comes up with a sack. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth.
Alpha, Alpha, Alpha. Hey, 73, man. No touch.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. They'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. They go for it on fourth down, and it pays off big time as they pick up 29.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
So after the big play on fourth, here's first and 10.
Good, set. 180, 180.
Hurts.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
No touch, set. 180, 180. Try look. Hey, easy, 60. Hey, Silver. Hey, man. Try look, Yeti. No touch, set. 73. Man. No touch.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Great, set. Trimmer.
Now Hurts looking to change the play.
73.
Back to throw again. And a throw there going to be incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
No touch, set. 180,
An audible here to get a new look.
No touch.
They're going on fourth down with Hurts.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Eagles unable to convert there on fourth. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you think you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Report.
Now it's Jackson. Now he's going to step up and run. Going deep for Hopkins. And got his man complete.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
First down. A gain of 37.
Now it's Jackson.
And the Ravens first down.
And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this third quarter of play. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the fourth.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Get hot! Get hot! 180! Go right here. 180! 13. Get hot!
From the gun, it's Jackson. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Throw caught by Flowers. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 15-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
No, we changed it.
To throw again is Jackson. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
It's 2nd down.
You. Cut.
From the gun, Jackson. Now he's going to step up and run. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
Let's give a little credit to the defense on that one. They resisted quite well, and that pass fell incomplete. But this ball game for him, that's just a momentary speed bump. He's played awfully well throwing the football.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
180! Yo. 180!
Now Jackson. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
That's another Baltimore first down. 1st and goal, Baltimore.
Hey! Report! Hey!
Jackson now. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Lamar Jackson taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Ravens have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter.
So the lanes continue to be there for Lamar Jackson to run that football. That his 2nd touchdown run of the game.
You know what I would like? I'd like for us to be able to go into a defense's room after playing Lamar Jackson and watch the tape and see how much of a lane was really there and how much he created just through his talents. In any event, Lamar Jackson finds the end zone, doesn't he?
He always seems to, but that's a good point. We sometimes put blame on the defense. Maybe we just need to praise Lamar Jackson a little bit more.
So with a missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Eagles, first down.
Great, set.
1st and 10 at
Hey,
the
let's go.
43-yard line.
Hey, Phil, like a Hornet.
Here's Hurts to throw. Out route, and it's
pass complete to Brown. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
It's a gain of
14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
Eagles first down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Trimmer. Go Silver, ready? Carl up Yeti. Hey, 70. Carl up Yeti. Hey, thumbs up. Alert it. Carl up Yeti. No touch.
Back to throw here. This is Smith with the ground. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Devontae Smith, 42 yards. And the Eagles have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Elliott now to add the extra point. He's got it, and the score's now 27-14.
Ravens 27, Eagles 14. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he is going to dive to the turf. Boy, a strange return there. And they're going to start with really terrible field position. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they had to go the length of the field last time out to get into the end zone. And with this starting field position, they're going to have to pretty much do it again.
And I think the thought process going into it is, hey, if you have to be methodical, go ahead and do that. But what you really want are a couple of big plays. Eat up chunks of yardage and cut down the number of times you have to snap the football.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
First and 10 at the 33-yard.
They'll try and choose some clock with Henry. Gets around him. Takes it to about the 37. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
A toss left, Henry. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 53 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another first and 10.
First down, Ravens.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's second down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Here's Jackson. It's complete. This is Derrick Henry. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. And as the two teams talking over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
First down, Baltimore.
Here's Jackson to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. That is incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Hey, report. Hey.
To throw is Jackson. Makes a connection with his running back, Derrick Henry. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
First and goal at the 40-yard line.
And Jackson throwing once more. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it to the goal line, but it's incomplete. So the final seconds tick away in this